Manannan is impatiently waiting for his food, his stomach rumbles. You can't use that item there. Your lord and master keeps a cold eye on you when he's not watching everyone.
Master?
What is it? Speak quickly, boy.
If I may know, how long have I been here?
The better part of 18 years.
Will I be turning 18 soon?
Yes, quite soon. I have something very special planned for you that day.
Oh.
The story from your predecessor's journal gives you a good idea of the meaning behind Manannan's words. You barely manage to hold back a shiver. Manannan does not appear in much of a talkative mood at the moment. Your relationship with the wizard isn't tactile. You take a moment's respite at the table next to your master.
I tried to be patient with you, Gwydion, but this is the final straw.
You found yourself pestering a wizard one day. You search behind the clothes hanging in the wizard's closet. You're startled to discover an ancient parchment scroll. Its ink has faded, but it seems to be a map. Taking this treasure, you leave everything else exactly as it was. You can't use... You'd rather touch as little...
You know better than to go through my personal belongings.
Manannan caught you snooping around. Now you're nothing but dust on the ground. You are not... The despicable cat slips away from your grasp with... The despicable...
I have decided to take a journey.
The cat... The closet. You search. You're startled. You can't use your map here. The rest... Just walk there. Your voice echoes in the cavernous space below. The trapdoor is open and awaiting your descent. The ceiling is made of very thick wood. Several strong pillars support the ceiling. The steps are made of narrow, rough stones, crudely constructed. You are on a flight of steep underground stone steps. They curve downward toward a dim light. The open trapdoor is above you. You are on It's you. There is nothing you can do with that. Be glad you can't move those pillars. Doing so would cause the ceiling to drop on your head. There's nothing you can do with the ceiling. The steps are cold and moist. They're doing a magnificent job of holding you up so that you don't plummet to the bottom. Don't disturb them. Gnawing through these pillars is one good way to go through a good set of dentures. Your voice echoes slightly in this cavernous environment. Were there anyone above you, no doubt you'd soon receive some company. You appreciate the reliable way stairways work. And that's all you have to say about that. This wooden stairway leads back to the study. You can't move the stairway. You reach up and grab the trapdoor, intending to close it. It won't move from this side. You'll just have to leave it open. It's not voice activated. The trapdoor from the wizard's study is open. Watch your step. Some boxes lie next to the shelves. The narrow stone steps lead up to the wizard's study. You look in awe around this torchlit underground room. It appears to be a laboratory. A wizard's laboratory. Perhaps this was Manannan's previous pet. The shelves are filled with numerous items. Here is a bottle labeled Nightshade Juice. The shelves. You spy a bottle labeled Saffron. There is a bottle labeled Toadstool Powder. You see a bottle labeled Toad Spittle. The wizard has a desk and stool sitting in the corner. There is a chest sitting next to the shelves. The shelves are... The wizard has a desk and... The shelves hold skeletons of small animals and birds, some human skulls and bones, and other odd instruments whose use you do not know. The shell. Numerous items are strewn about the desk. It's apparent that the wizard doesn't clean down here. Against the earth wall is a massive oak table with a spacious worktop. Atop the oak table are a large leather-bound book, a mortar and pestle, a little brazier holding charcoal, a flint, measuring cups, beakers, flasks, and stirrers. Against the earth wall is a mass. You look in awe around this. Your legs work a lot better on those steps. Thankfully, Manannan doesn't make you clean down here. Why start now? Don't touch that. It's disgusting. Most of the bottles are unmarked. There are a few things that interest you, though. The boxes are sealed tight. You pick up the bottle labeled Saffron and take it with you. You pick up the bottle labeled Toadstool Powder and take it with you. You pick up the bottle labeled Toad Spittle and take it with you. You pick up the bottle labeled Nightshade Juice and take it with you. Oops, bad move. Didn't you read the warning label? The Nightshade Juice sloshes around inside the glass jar. Oops. Didn't you read the warning label? You can't use... The little vial of... Inside the jar, you see the saffron, an orange-yellow powdery substance. The cream-colored toadstool powder is finely textured and nearly odorless. Toad spittle is unpleasant stuff, to say the least. It isn't meant to be eaten on its own. This tastes pretty good, you think. You'd eat more, but you're too busy dying. Didn't you read the warning label? The thought turns your stomach. The wizard has a death. It's locked. You're not really into collecting fossils and the like. Some things are better left upon the shelf. You're not really in. Thankfully, Manannan does. The torch is firmly attached to the earthen wall. You cannot loosen it. Now you're talking. However, as you're no circus performer, you're likely to incinerate your intestines were you to swallow one of those. Would look impressive, though. The burning torches throw flickering shadows across the walls, making the room even more ominous. Talking to furniture? You must be bored. You're not a bone collector. Consuming any of the jar's contents would greatly reduce your longevity. It's not voice acting. You call out to the boxes, but they don't respond.
Polly want a cracker?
Get a grip on yourself, boy. Your voice echoes in this large, cavernous room. If the items on the desk start talking, it might be best to leave. There is nothing that looks awfully useful on that desk. You take a closer look at the wizard's work table. There's nothing in there to grind. You light the charcoal brazier. The charcoal brazier is already lit. You'll have to wait for it to burn out. The charcoal brazier, you don't know how to swallow fire. It doesn't require a spit and polish. It would not be a good idea to say anything out loud to the book other than the magical incantations listed in its pages. Covered with gold trimmings, the old book's leather cover is cracked and worn, its pages yellowed and brittle. The title, however, is clear: The Sorcery of Old. You eagerly thumb through page after page of what you assume to be magic formulas. The ink of the old handwriting is faint and barely readable. Most of the formulas are indecipherable, but a few are in a language you know. You treat the old book with great care. As you can tell, it contains recipes for some very old and powerful magic spells. Your hands shake as you realize this book could be the key to your escape from the evil Manannan. The incantation for this spell has been torn from the book. You shouldn't try making up your own spells. You take a covered with gold. You eat most. You shouldn't try making up your own spells. You take a closer look at the wizard. Covered with you eat most. You shouldn't try making up your own spells. You take a covered you eat most. You shouldn't try making up your own spells. You take a covered with you eat most. You shouldn't try making up your own spell. Atop the you take a covered with you eat most. You shouldn't try making up your own spell. You take a covered you eat most. You shouldn't try making up your own spells. You take a cover you the end.